And benvenuti, fellas and bellas all over the world. Welcome to another episode of the Napoli Rant. I am Ralph Biz, joined by my co-host, the Vicar of Vesuvius, Rafa Rispo. How are you,
Come
Rafa? Hello,
stai, Rapiz? Come
tutto a
stai?
posto, tutto a posto. Napoli
Tutto a
continue on their
posto.
hot streak, defeating Torino 3-1 this weekend. Super exciting on the consistency here. But hello to everybody in the chat as well as all of our audio listeners. Tonight we're going to be talking about the game. We'll have the game review, Napoli Torino. We're going to touch a little bit on tomorrow's game coming up of Napoli versus Ajax. We would talk about some of the negative Nellies out there. There's still a little bit of no belief going on in the Napoli world, as well as our good man, the good Cristiano Giuntoli, and the excellent job that he's done and watching his fruits just grow like a beautiful fruit garden or something.
Yeah, I think it's a good opportunity to address some of the things that are being said right now about him and some of the
Right.
issues that some people might have seen earlier today. There was a little bit of news, but I think it's a good time today to touch on that. But yeah, let's get started on talking about the win, the big win, big
Big
win.
win, big win. We played at the Maradona. Torino came. I some people were like, I think I heard Marco on IFTV were like, oh, this is going to be a real challenge for Napoli. I didn't quite think so. I think we have like one loss to Torino over the past like 8 seasons or something like that, Rafa.
Yeah,
We've been unbeaten them with the exception of one game in like 7 or 8 seasons. So I respect our opponents, especially I know Juric, he tries to do a good job there, but was I worried? I wasn't that worried. Were you worried, Rafa?
nah, I don't want to say worried. Honestly, going into the game, I was more confident than worried. That's right. Salutate la capolista. That's right. Fili Vito Vesuvio. Thank you. Yeah, I don't think I was very worried about the match itself. I was more interested to see what lineup they would go with because of the Ajax match coming up on Tuesday. You know, the fact that they put out the starting 11, I guess we could call them the starting 11. Um, and you know, thinking again about the game Tuesday tomorrow. Today's Monday. The what is it? The third? Yeah, today's Monday the third. Tomorrow the fourth, we have IX, and the two wins in the Champions League might have a lot to do with the lineup that we put out yesterday. The fact that we were off for the last 2 weeks and we
Mm-hmm.
returned. You want to, we're at the Maradona. We unveiled the new Halloween kits, which I really love. I mean, listen, I hate to be like a lover of all things Napoli, but those kits are freaking really nice. Like, I would put them up there with the Halloween kits from last year. I love the blue with the bats and
Yeah,
stuff
do you
like
rate
that.
him more than that?
I do. Nah, I rate it at the level. I would say
More
level.
level. Do you think they're level?
Level. Yeah, level. Like I'm gonna get one. Like I'm not gonna go nuts and buy a ton, but I'm gonna get one for myself. I really do like it.
Fair enough.
Well, yeah. I mean, listen. That's neither here nor there, though. I feel like having the classic 11, the starting 11 out there,
Mm-hmm.
to take it to Torino shows us the direction we're going for the season. You could have gotten away maybe with starting Oliveira on the left fullback. You could maybe have put Ndombele in there to start the match, but it showed intent. It showed the fact that we're here to play to win a scudetto, to try to win a scudetto, let's say,
Mm-hmm.
and maintain our top spot. With all these big teams crawling, crumbling below us, it's only right that we take our opportunities when we can. And a match against Torino, again, it could have been a banana peel. It could have been a slip up game. Judic, like you said, always plays us tough. He comes to the Maradona to play. He doesn't mess around. And we took care of them. Again, they're not as strong as they were before. Torino, but you know, I, comfortable win, awesome Awesome first half. I did not get to see much of the second half. I still haven't. Um, and that's because I just got really, really busy. Coaching. Here's Valentino's, the soccer team, my kids' team. We just had a game today, 3-3, pretty
All right,
good. But yeah,
draw. Draw for Coach Ralph.
Saturday was the first. My so I'm coaching both kids' teams. Paulie
Okay.
in the younger division, they had their first game. They lost 3-0. Paulie missed a penalty and had a few shots saved. Otherwise, we would have been level or whatever. So we lost 3-0. But Rocco's team, first game today, 3-3, played really well. That
Hey,
anyway, I didn't get a chance to see the second half. We all watched the first half together. And obviously, that's the only thing we needed was the first
pumpkin
half,
fight.
and the performance there was good enough to get the win. And I'm very happy to see us take the W, 3 points.
All right, cool. Yeah, I mean, goals coming from we saw. I mean, Anguissa,
Lisa,
Anguissa,
man,
Anguissa
dude.
scores same amount of goals as he scored all of what? Well,
His career. How
his
about that?
career,
His career.
right? His career, right? That was
And
crazy.
yeah, I can pull the numbers up really quick, but it's
Go
literally
ahead.
like his club goals tally is not very good. I think he's got like 4 or 5 goals for Cameroon. I think he's got more international goals for his national team than for club team. Put it this way, he wasn't scoring like this for Fulham or for the other. I'll pull it up quick, but yeah, I
I,
mean,
I mean, Rafa, he
what
is
an amazing
he's evolved.
performance.
I feel like
Yeah.
since last season. Whereas I felt like the goals were gonna come
Mhm.
for him at some point. I didn't know when, but you can tell, especially during preseason, even towards the beginning of the season, I'm like, this guy wants to bang home goals.
Mhm.
And I was
Mhm.
praying, I'm like, it has to happen. I mean, he is hungry for these things. Lo and behold, now he has three. I mean, but aside from three, well, I mean, I just think the goals are well deserved, Rafa. But as you pick up the numbers there, the goals are well deserved because as far as performance this season, he has been one of the best, if not the best. One can make a case for Lobotka as well. I know there's this big craze about Cavada, and rightfully so. Cavada came, replaced our captain, and he made an impact immediately. Immediately. But while the whole world is looking at Cavada, we're kind of looking over Zambo, what Eric Williams says here, man. I'm like, I think this guy's one
Absolutely.
of the most underrated in our team. I mean, we hear people mentioning Lobotka. We hear people mention Cavada. We hear people talking about Simeone and even Raspadori, but nobody talks about Frank until actually it was Nima Tavalli and Carlo on the Italian Football Podcast, our last episode.
Yeah.
Finally got, Zambo gets a shout from them, and I'm like, finally somebody's talking about this guy. He
Mhm.
needs to be spoken about.
Yeah, absolutely.
Neil W.
Absolutely.
and Greece is on another level, he says.
He really is. He
Oh,
really is. I'll tell you right here. So far, 3 goals for Napoli, 5 assists, all time. Right, in the last 2 seasons.
mhm.
This season, it's 3-3 in 10 matches. Right, in 8 Serie A matches, 2 Champions League matches. Right, all time for clubs,
Rafa frozen again. It is cold out there in New York, so. All right, we'll give Rafa a minute again. He has called his internet service provider, everybody. That is confirmed, so we should be fixing that soon. Rafa, you good? Thumbs up back there?
I'm
Okay,
back.
cool.
I'm back. I'm back. I'm sorry, guys.
Frank,
It,
Frank,
you
Frank,
you
Frank.
you know
Sorry.
you know the deal. No, that's okay. All time for clubs, he's got 5 goals. 5. He scored 3 for Napoli. He scored 2 for Villarreal. Okay, in 39 appearances, he's got 3 and 40 for us. He's got 5 goals, 12 assists in all competitions, in club football. Right,
Mm-hmm.
for Cameroon, He's got 5 goals. So there you go. He does not score club goals, and already this guy's come in and scored in the Champions League against Liverpool and 2 huge goals against Torino. And it's insane, absolutely
Is this a
insane.
Spalletti thing? I mean,
I don't know. I mean, listen,
how much of
Spalletti
it is
does have
Spalletti?
he has a tendency to make players a lot better. He does. It's a fact. And for a defensive midfielder like defensive-minded midfielder like Anguissa, who wins balls, who gets balls back, who contributes up forward, but really is more defensive-minded.
Mhm.
To get these goals the way he did. I mean, look at how he scored that goal against Torino, the second goal.
He
It
just
just
ran right to the goal and scored.
he
Like
had
point
an
blank.
open Kvaratskhelia all the
Yeah.
way on the left, and he could definitely have, sent it through. But instead, he decided, you know what? I'm here. Let's take the shot. And he slammed it past Milinkovic, man. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
I like this statement from Chicho. Napoli brings the best out of everyone. I
It
totally
does.
agree on this statement on how many careers we've revitalized, how many careers we've created, how many superstars. I mean, the thing is, it's I don't know if maybe it was Spalletti, maybe it has to do with something with the formation. I felt like when he was in the double pivot, he had to stay a little back. It was a little bit more harder for him to get in front. You had Fabian to his left, but somehow this combination with Lobotka and Frank and even Zielinski just seems to be working. Like these three are playing their best. Maybe Zielinski didn't have the greatest of all games. I would probably say this is one of Zielinski's weakest games since the beginning of the season. Lobotka was just turning and burning like no problem. And then Frank, again, contributing on the defense, tracking back to help Di Lorenzo, tracking back to help on D, tracking back to help on the counterattack. And not only that, but setting up plays. Him and, we saw with Ndombele, the assist that he had, the little, give and go with Ndombele. Just overall is to me, I don't want to say a brand new player, but certainly an evolved player. There's just more to his game now. And to be honest, he's one of the best on this team currently. Frank Anguissa. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. I do attribute the change of formation to that as well. You see, it's funny because we were talking about, okay, so when can Raspadori come in and play a 4-2? What formation is he going to play in? Is he going to come in when he comes in? Are we going to change to a 4-2-3-1 because he's more of a a guy who plays behind a striker? Is he gonna? What are we gonna do with Simeone? He's an out striker. He might need to play a 4-2-3-1 to come in for Osimhen. But you have 2 out and out strikers in Osimhen and Simeone, and you have Raspadori, who's more of a secondo punta or wide out left. Left is covered, but instead of changing formations when these guys come in and out, they just integrate into that 4-3-3.
Right.
And I think that that's very important in what we're doing. I think what happens is when we change formations, like unless we're really really trying to, say we're down and we're trying to get someone in and maybe we need to shift a little bit because we have more firepower out there. But otherwise we keep that 4-3-3. We're able to stay in that shape, and it has paid dividends. I mean, look at, like you said, Anguissa is allowing Lobotka to be more free roaming, and that guy, he's just like, Lobotka is just everywhere, and he's making plays, and he also allows Zielinski to move up a little forward as well. I do attribute Spalletti a lot to what Anguissa has done, and you could see, like you said, last season, you could see Anguissa kind of moving a little bit more forward, trying to get a couple shots off here and there, some errant shots. But now it's just more like focus on your game, and if the shots come, take them.
Right. No, I agree. I think that's what's happening. Not to mention, who was that cross from Mario Rui? Also, beast of a match. Certainly he had yesterday, and just packed with energy. You can see it. You can see the intensity as he was playing. And his crosses lately, I mean, he had the one cross to Simeone a game ago that was, pinpoint perfect. And another one to Anguissa, where Anguissa you can tell he notices what's going on. Raspadori was slightly behind him, but he takes that run forward and is able to get his head on the ball and just kind of slips it to the far side. I mean, great job by Mario Rui lately. Who would have known that Mario Rui becomes such an instrumental part of this team? I mean, not only important to the team, but just important to the fans. I mean, it kind of goes to show you that, man, don't take anything for granted. You never know, hate today, love tomorrow.
Sure.
And it happens a lot, especially in Napoli. I know, we got a lot to prove, and we've had some flops. Fair enough, and I get it, but I think overall, Sean Sullivan said it. I'm gonna leave this up here, but overall, I think sometimes we have to give people time, or we have to give people different circumstances. We have to. I mean, look at Meret. Look what he's doing. Granted,
benefit of the doubt. Yeah.
Granted, Meret, he kind of let a shot really slip through his hands. I mean, he had that save.
Yeah.
He had that save, Rob.
Listen, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. It happened. Of the 6 goals that we've given up in Serie A, 7 altogether this season. That's the first shot that Meret should have probably done a little bit better with, but it led to a goal. And it was when we were 3-0 up at the end of the first half. I'm not gonna attack him too much for that. Yeah, he could have probably done a little better. Maybe we would have had the clean sheet, but we got the 3 points. It's all that matters. He's been really solid for us lately, so I'm not going to harp on that too much. But benefit of the doubt. Benefit of the doubt for him. Benefit of the doubt for Zielinski, who had a bad season last year and now is playing lights out. Lobotka, obviously, we all know his story. Mario Rui, come on. All these new players that we had no idea what they were going to do. Look at what they're doing. I mean, it's quite incredible, and we'll touch on that in a little bit.
Sure. For me, Meret, like he was Ciao Gaetano, buonasera principale. For me, Meret, and you Chicho, Ralph and Ralph fan.
Greater than Monday Night Football.
That's a big statement, man. So funny enough, let me interrupt my take here, but funny enough, I was Rafa today. I started looking to see what time the games were, because the live viewership has been probably a little bit lower because of that. And
I would imagine it's Monday Night Football season.
Yeah, so I was almost considering, do we move the time? Do we move the day? I don't know. But Chicho, thanks to you, we're gonna stay Monday.
Yeah, we're staying on Mondays. Yeah. Listen, it's 2022. You could have this on here. I could be watching right now. If you could see in this here, you can see right there's look at the bottom. Where am I? Right here, bottom left of that. Right.
Okay.
You can see I have a TV screen on over there, and it's just the Roku screen that's passing by. You know what I mean? I could easily put the game on if I want to right there. So why can't you do both? You got the rant here. You got Monday Night Football there. You got Monday Night Raw over there. My cousin asks me all the time, "You watch Raw last night?" And I'm like, "Come on, man. It's Monday. I'm doing the Napoli rant. What do you think? I'm watching Monday Night Raw. I'm doing the rant, baby. It's
all right. We got to go to work. It's Monday night's work day.
This is Napoli
work
season.
Night for us.
Forget that.
Right.
Yeah, exactly, man.
It's a work night. But yeah, we appreciate everybody who are loyal viewers on our live, even on the replay, who catch it on their TV. They sit back after work or whatever. Or we have our friends from Israel at 4 a.m. tuning in. I mean,
that was incredible.
It's incredible. It's like, guys, we need you. Like you're part of the show just as much as Rafa and I are part of this. That's right. So yeah, man. But to each his own, and we're always happy for anybody who comes in and watches us. Besides, football has so much time.
Man,
it's like,
what do you miss?
What do you miss?
You're not missing anything.
Look, Michael Vinales says, I'm pushing Yankees 70 to throw no hitter and the rant. Right? You don't need volume on baseball. It takes like 6 hours to play that.
You don't need it. Listen, I could be watching the Mets blow the National League East too. What a shame, guys. You guys are out there are baseball fans. I'm a huge Met fan. You know that. What an absolute shame. And Forza Giants sempre. That's right. 3-1. And the Jets got to win. Yes. Guys, it's all happening again. The Giants win. The Jets win. Napoli win. same weekend. Come on, what an amazing weekend, huh?
But back to the game. Yeah, we saw these. You know, it was funny too. Even talking about beast of the match. I was in the Discord today with Pasquale, with Chappie, you know, Joe Bianco, with Dan, with Jen. Peter was there, both Sal's, and it's like I'm like, guys, who do you think? Oh, it was Rui. Oh, it was Lobotka. Oh, it's Cavada. Oh, it's you know, it was Kim. It was like it like when I hear that, it basically is telling me that like all these different sets of players are performing. You know, all these guys are doing their jobs. All these guys are beasting it. And let me tell you, Rafa, I mean, since we've started, I'll say that this is the most difficult decisions as far as beast of the match goes that I've had to make. I mean, it's so hard. It's so hard. And I think that's a good thing.
Tough.
I think that's a good thing. I think
it has been tough. Yeah. We didn't, but this week we didn't need to consult our beast of the match panel. You know, I think it was unanimous, right? Why don't we reveal who the beast of the match was?
Yeah, why not? Let's get to it, and we can. But everybody in the chat, who is your beast of the match? Who'd you think, guys? If you're hearing us on the replay, hit us up in the comments. Let them know if you agree. Let them know who you thought. But here we go. Yep.
And there's not much else to say, right? I mean, Andre Frank Zambo Anguissa, we've pretty much said it all. I think for me, it was the 2 goals in 13 minutes. It was the way and the manner in which he scored the second goal. It was listen, he got man of the match by Foot Mob, but he's also getting our beast of the match. It could have been, like Ralph said, it could have been one of anyone. It could have been Mayuri. It could have been Kim Min-jae. It could have been Kvaratskhelia. It could have been any of them. It could have been Rachmani. We're waiting on Rachmani to get a beast.
Well, yeah, I really wanted to give it to him. He's gonna. His time is coming soon.
He's gonna get his. Go ahead.
I wanted to pick Politano, to be honest, today.
Oh, you know what? Ralph?
What?
I'll tell you what, man.
What?
I was this close. Listen, and I forgot about it. It's been a really whirlwind weekend. It has. I swear on my life, I was gonna give you that nod, like I was gonna kind of like say, hey, what about Politano? You know, we've already talked about Anguissa. He's our beast of the match. I think it was undeniable. We did not argue about it today. Once you said Frank, I said Frank. It was done. But I'm telling you, yesterday I was thinking, who should our beast be? Politano. He went off injured against Milan. He came back today, and he got sent back home from the Nazionale. He came back this weekend, and he pulled out a really good performance. The assist to the. I believe it was an assist. Was it the Cavada goal or was it the second Anguissa goal? I don't remember.
I think it was. He got it on the Anguissa goal because I think somebody even said Zelinski got the assist.
Yes. I'm telling you right now, I was this close to saying, hey, maybe Politano. But you know what? Hats off to Anguissa. This is his third beast of the match nod. Second in the league. The first one was week 3 against Fiorentina. The second one was obviously the Liverpool Champions League match. Here he gets a beast of the match. Listen, I mean, there's no denying it. It's the manner in which he got the second goal. It's the manner in which he scored the first goal. It's just his overall play all season long so far. For me, beast of the match is Frank Anguissa. But everybody gets a nod, man. Everybody.
It's tough, man. Like, who knows? Maybe we'll do an honorary Politano. I hate to change it. I don't want to go back and who was saying, somebody here was like, well, who's man of the match?
No, it's the fit.
I mean, Foot Mob had Anguissa as man of the match. And we like to not pick the man of the match. We in our first BOM, we picked Lobotka, who was also man of the match. But the thing is, it's like the way he's not just scoring 2 goals. That's the thing. He is helping on defense, dispossessing, drawing fouls. He had the same performance like Lobotka did the first game, if not better. And then to score, again, more goals in one game than you did in your whole career. I don't know whether you want to call it the lack of, maybe the lack of defense with Torino or maybe just whatever the hell. But to be honest, this guy practically could have won Beast of the Match for every game. And I try not to do repeats, but Rafa, how do you not do a repeat when it's deserved? It's like
It's deserved.
People are going to get more than one. There's 38 games. We got 25 guys on the roster. People are going to get, multiple beasts. And I'm just happy for the guy that this, to see him, this is like an historical moment. It's the first time he scores 2 goals in a game ever in his career.
Yeah. And again, it was the manner in which he did it. It wasn't like they were cheap tap-ins or lucky shots from outside the box.
No.
This was he got into the defense's space, Torino's defensive space, and was able to connect on that cross from Mario Rui. Then he was able to bring the ball 3/4 of the way up the field, and instead of look for a pass to Kvaratskhelia that might have worked out, he decided, I'm going to take this on my own. I got this. Boom. And blast it right past the keeper. All in 13 minutes. 2-0 up, and it was the Anguissa show. So, he might have been the player of the match by FootMob, but also on FootMob, you can see that not only was he drew the most fouls in the match, he drew 5 fouls, but he also won 11 duels. That's a beastly performance, man. Like, it's not just like you said, it's not just the 2 goals, it's everything else. It's the 82% pass accuracy. It's the 2 shots on net, 2 goals. It's the 61 touches and accurate long balls and 8 ground duels won and 3 aerial duels won out of 5. 8 of 12 on the ground. He was fouled 5 times and he committed no fouls. This guy, mind you, defensive midfielder. Let me say that again for everybody else in the back. This guy is a defensive-minded player, and he's contributing on the entire pitch. He has 1 yellow card all season long. 1. Come on. Unbelievable season so far. Unbelievable.
Beastly performance.
And he's not even Serie A's player of any of the months. August was Kvaratskhelia, and for those who might not know, who might be living under a rock, right? September was given to Kim Min-jae. Twice in a row, 2 Napoli players get player of the month from Serie A, and neither of them were Anguissa. If Anguissa keeps it up, he's going to get October, man.
Rafa, that statement is going to be part of one of our segments because I have a twist on that. But let's first talk real quick. We got tomorrow, big game. We have our game against Ajax in the group stages tomorrow in the Netherlands. Rafa, you were on that show. Maybe you could talk a little bit about what was discussed there and just kind of give some insight to their feelings as well as yours, because I'm ready. I'm ready for anything with this. I'm confident. I'm ready. I don't care. I'm a pessimist. Let's kick their ass. What do you think, Rafa? Tell me how it went.
Well, so it went well. If anybody wants to go watch it, maybe we'll put we'll post a link to it if you'd like. But it's We Talk Ajax, right? So it's at We Talk Ajax. 2 guys, a host and another panelist, had myself and Henry Bell on, and we were just able to kind of give them the rub on Napoli. They asked us questions like, what makes Napoli, such a good team? Is it the coaching? Is it the players? You guys lost all these players. We really actually just did kind of answer their questions at will, and we let them know what's coming. How we like to sit back away and let the home team come at us, and then we kind of pounce on them counterattackingly. But we can get you on possession ball as well. So
Sure.
they have a better understanding now of how Napoli plays. The host wasn't too familiar, but the panelist that they had with him is also a Milan fan. He's a big Milan fan because
Oh.
of their Dutch history, with Rijkaard, Gullit, and Van Basten. So he's a
Hmm.
big Milan guy as well. So he's a little familiar. They were excited to know that Osimhen will not be back for this match, but they understand now that it doesn't matter that Osimhen is out. We have the quality and the bench and the depth to take care of business. They're not very optimistic about this match coming up tomorrow.
Really?
As a matter of fact, I
Go.
was kind of, yeah, I was kind of skimming through their YouTube, and when the groups came out, they really kind of were like the attitude was, third is really the objective of this group. Like they just want to get to the Europa League. So
Really? It's like that, huh?
yeah, it's like that. Although I think they hung in with Liverpool, even though Liverpool beat them. They smacked Rangers around 4-0. So
Yeah.
what I really would have liked were for Ajax to come away with a win or a draw against Liverpool, because that would kind of be like easy street for Napoli here. But Napoli kind of need this win. I mean, again, we're going into Ajax. We're going into the Amsterdam Arena. It's going to be tough either way. This is
Yeah.
still Ajax, even though they've taken a bit of a dip in form. They drew their last match against a team called Go Ahead Eagles. Never heard of them before. I guess they're a new Dutch team in the Eredivisie. They also lost their
Go
previous.
Go ahead and what?
Go ahead and
Go
fly,
ahead.
Eagles. I guess I don't know. Go ahead,
Go
Eagles.
ahead and
I guess
make
that's their
my
way of saying
day.
Fort
Like,
Eagles. I don't know. Anyway,
yeah.
Ajax they lost to AZ Alkmaar. So that's their last three matches all resulted in a loss, two losses and a draw. So they're listen. They've got a sort of a depleted squad. They have a new manager. Their team, their stalwarts are kind of going through a sort of like a rough period where they're getting criticized a lot. Um, their last starting 11, I recognize like three players from the Ajax team that beat Juventus a few seasons ago. Daley Blind, Dusan Tadic, and Klaassen. Everybody else is kind of like, you know, mm, I guess they have Bergwijn too, which is he's a decent player, but I'm not very afraid of them. I would still be content with leaving there with just a point, giving respect to the fact that this is Amsterdam Arena. It is Ajax. They always do perform, pretty well, especially in the past few years. So, I will be happy with leaving there with a point, especially since we've won our first two matches. It kind of gives us a little wiggle room. But I do think that we're gonna get all three, man.
Yeah.
We're
Bro,
flying too high, man. We really
we're
are.
gonna get all 3 points in a dime bag from fucking the Netherlands, bro. So, but I want to read something here. Feed of it Sui's podcast. They said it earlier, but I'm saving it for this moment. Tomorrow is Serena's birthday. Sereno, the vice president.
Hey, Sereno,
of
how
Napoli
good?
Club Pronto, who, by the way, got a nod from Calcio Napoli 24. So look out for that, boys.
Oh, that's cool.
Tomorrow's Sereno's birthday. And fun fact, Napoli has never lost on Sereno's birthday. I think we should make this a new index like the Waffle House index. LOL.
Napoli have never lost on Sereno's birthday. Okay.
And they won't.
Gotcha.
And they won't. And they never will.
That's some extensive research. Sereno, how old are you? I'm going to go check that. I'm going to fact check you, buddy.
Yeah?
We got to know what year he was born. You got to look at all October 4th matches against for Napoli. 7-0 Napoli. That's
awesome.
a little much. Yeah,
I love
that
it.
would be awesome, but that's a little much, man. Yeah, I'm with Neil here, though. Look at Neil. Get a point and bring it back to the Maradona. Listen, obviously you want to win every game. I want to win. I want to win the whole group out. But to get a point, bring it back to Maradona and take them at 34-0.
Wrong football,
What is
guys.
this? American football? Yeah, it's American football, guys.
Daniel Ruggiero says birthdays are good vibes for Napoli. We won our last Coppa on my birthday, on
Yes.
Daniel's birthday.
June, I want to say June 20, right? Or June 17. Is that June 7? I'm trying to look at my. Oh, it was August. When did we play Coppa Italia? I don't even. Was that June? I can't see. I have my little
17?
what's it called? The
17?
Scudetto up there. It's
Oh,
17th of June. Yeah, 17 June. Yeah.
Sweet.
Nice.
Sweet. I want to win something on my birthday. Damn.
Yeah, I gotta go back and check March 17th birthdays.
It was the COVID season, he said.
Yeah, but listen, it was the COVID season. Yeah. You see, but here's the thing. 3-1 sounds fair, scoundrel. Sereno is a youngster. I know he's younger than we are. If I go back and check Napoli's March 17th matches from 1983 on, we're bound to have lost a few of those. So I don't know if I want to check that, because I know we played March 17th in 2003, 2002, 2001 when we were on the bottom of the shoe, in football.
Sereno was probably born in 1995.
Yeah, probably. Good point,
Yeah.
Daniel Peters. Chucky with experience playing Ajax. I got to tell you something. That's right, the Johan Cruyff, not the Amsterdam. They call it the Johan Cruyff now. My fault. Hey, what was I just got? Oh, not only was Politano back, but Chucky was back. And they were both. So Chucky ended up getting a small injury for Mexico while he was with Mexico. He missed the second game that they played. He got the winner for Mexico, which was really nice in the first game they played. Hopefully that gives him a little confidence to come back to. But yeah, what do you think about maybe Chucky playing instead of Politano tomorrow, starting anyway?
I'm down with it.
He's got the experience, like Daniel says. I mean, he does. He whipped Ajax around for PSV.
I want to give Lozano a whole game. Politano, he was subbed off due to, I guess, cramping or injury or whatever it was. I mean, and even despite that, still was rated 8.2 by FootMob. So
yeah,
kind of what I really feel like he deserved it. But it's all right. Politano, you'll get yours soon. Only because he past 2-3 games, Politano has been great. But I think between the injury he incurred, he looked. He had plenty of energy, but it was like when there was time for him to take a breather, like he took it, Yeah. And if Lozano is Lozano Stafashenishkiv, Lozano hasn't been playing though, Gaetano. He hasn't played in like 4 games.
But when he comes in, no, you're right. But when he comes in, he's not
off the bench. He's not my favorite.
It doesn't look like he's really integrated himself here, man. This season, he's having a tough season. He is. So is Di Lorenzo, having a pretty tough season. I mean, and even I'm not saying that they're playing bad, but I just think they're having tough seasons, and we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Moving on, tomorrow 3 p.m. Game. Well, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here in the States. Hope for the best. We'll be in the Discord.
Will we be in the okay? I will
for the game. I'll be in the Discord for the game.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to make the Discord. I'll be at work. I have nobody scheduled, so hopefully I can pop in and out. But I do want to show this really quick and read it. This is probably Carm, because Carm from Philly del Vesuvio podcast. Carm, I do remember him saying that Ajax is one of his teams. He likes Ajax. So he said, and I'm sure he watches a little more than we do. I also have a really good friend who's an Ajax fan. He's a barber at the shop. He's coming to watch the game with us tomorrow. He's not working, but he's coming in to watch. So we're gonna kind of banter with each other. I might have him on the show too, Philly del Vesuvio, or Far from Vesuvius. Maybe we can do like a rant special with him too next week or something like that. But Ajax is a very up-tempo team that presses really high up the pitch. Having Lozano start may work to break in behind their lines when they press. I like that take from, I believe it's Carm. Yeah, I agree 100%.
Tony Sessa says we might see both Lozano and Politano start, with Cavada coming in off the bench in the second half.
Yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to that, man.
It's not
I wouldn't
happening.
be. I wouldn't be
It's not.
opposed to it though.
It's
I
not
get it.
happening.
I understand. I understand.
Appreciate it, but I don't think so. I think Cavada
Give him a
certainly
little
gets the
rest.
start, but I don't know. I
Okay,
mean,
okay, but like I said, we are in a comfortable position, right? We're in a comfortable enough position in the Champions League right now to be able to afford that. You know, we got Cremonese away next weekend. Maybe we save him a couple of minutes, to take care of business in the league.
okay.
I don't know. It's just a thought,
I think
possibility.
I don't think he's going to put both those wingers on at the same time. I don't think Politano is going to start. I don't. Politano might not even get a minute tomorrow. It really depends.
Mm.
If he starts Lozano, it's very possible we can put in Zerbin to relieve Lozano, especially if we have a lead. We'll probably more likely see something like that. I'm pretty sure Cavada gets the nod no matter what. If we go up early, we may see Cavada come out early. You'll see something like maybe the 55th, 60th minute, something like that. And then we can get Zerbin on that side. I think it really depends on the health of Lozano and their form throughout the game. We can switch over Raspadori. I think Simeone gets the nod from minute one. I think he'll start tomorrow, and
Mhm.
Raspadori might come in as a relief. But the good thing about Raspadori is that he can relieve Simeone. He can relieve one of the wingers, or you can change a formation and you can put him behind the striker.
Mhm.
So I think Spalletti will take the safe bet. He's gonna keep few of the good ponies on the bench to close out the game, just like he's been doing all season. So more than likely. Now I'm not saying that the Lozano Powell thing that he said here was a bad take. I'm just saying considering Spalletti's strategy lately, it doesn't seem likely. So I want to put this out. The odds maker is saying 43% Ajax, 33% Napoli, 25% time. Who the fuck makes these odds, man?
What
Go,
kind of odd
go to bed.
makers?
You're fired. You're fired.
You're fired.
Jesus Christ, the odd maker's breaking my balls this year, man.
Yeah. I give you
Does
odds.
this shit?
Come here.
God, get off the whatever you're on, man. What's up, Estrada? What's going? Can you believe
I'm
this?
checking my odds makers.
Can you
It's
can you
crazy,
confirm those
Chris.
odds? These
I'm
odds. These
confirming
odds
those
are
odds.
odd. These
I
odd
gotta fact
balls,
check.
odd making, odd mother. Man, shut up.
Come on, man.
If that's the
Let's
case,
see.
I'm putting the house on Napoli. Damn right.
For sure.
Show those odd makers Zombo's cots. 100%.
What are we? Where
Peter Scholar or
where
making fan.
is
This could be
this
the
can? There we go.
conspiracy of the
Okay.
of the year that they're making these crazy odds because they know Napoli's going to win. So they're betting Napoli, so they're going to win.
So, according to FanDuel, Napoli are 2-1 odds, a plus 200. A draw is a plus 270, and Ajax win is a plus 120. So they are the slight favorites to win. I don't ask me how. I don't know. I would consider putting money on that tie, the plus 270.
Well, this kind of segues right into our next segment, Rafa, because it seems like there is still no belief. I mean, and it's not only it's the media, it's the pundits, and sometimes it's even our own fans. I mean, like, what? I was talking to Peter. Peter, you're gonna like this. I was talking to Peter earlier, and all right, we've bottled things for sure. We haven't won a Scudetto in whatever 30 plus years. I get it. Our credibility is not that good, but I don't know, man. I just feel like we've done things we've never done before, right? And we've been doing that more and more lately, and it's. But aside from the team, now I'm not going to sit here and say, all right, we're going to win the Scudetto. It's in the bag, and no, it's not. I'm just saying that we're contenders this season, Rafa. But there is one thing that I don't like. Okay, and to me, it was like by game 2, game 3, Napoli fans and the media already Cavada's getting sold next season. We're not going to be able to
Mhm.
hold on to this guy. They're going to buy us out.
they're gonna get Kim is gonna
Kim
get
is
the
gone.
clause
Kim's to
triggered. Yep.
Manchester United already. Kim,
Yeah.
oh,
Mm-hmm.
Manchester. Fuck, man. Manchester's trash right now. Kim is not going there. But, Cavada's still got plenty to prove. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, let's not, we don't want to overhype the Scudetto, but we're allowed to overhype Cavada's being sold next season or Kim being sold next season or what have you. And then we see the amount of I don't know, just all this praise going to both these guys. Meanwhile, Frank Zambo Anguissa is destroying this league,
Mm-hmm.
and not one word about him. I don't get it. To me, like the conspiracy has to exist, man. I feel like we're being treated as this farmer club, as this stepping stone, and maybe in some senses we are. Maybe in some senses we are. But give me a break. I don't understand how one person can say that, oh, game 7, you're already talking about Scudetto. You're not allowed to say that, but you're allowed to say by game 7, fucking Cavada's getting sold at the end of
Kvaratskhelia
the
is at
season.
Barcelona. Yeah, right? Come on.
Oh, the English. And there's this dude, I don't know if anybody follows him. He's, Infiltrato Azzurro. He's mainly on Instagram. He does a lot of lives on his phone. Cool dude. Came on in one of his Instagram stories and was like, the media has to stop because they're turning Serie A into a farmers league now.
Mm-hmm.
They're out there.
The media is doing that. Yes.
The media is doing this hard body, not just to Napoli, but to the whole league. And it's like, oh, this guy's going to go to EPL. This guy's going to go to da-da-da. It's like, what are we doing here? What is the end result, man? What is the end game? What is the motivation of everybody? Like, what is it? And what sucks is that despite all the information that's out there, despite what's freaking obvious in your eyes, no, you still need to, people still, and this is fans, I'm sorry, I love y'all, but I'm going to get y'all on this. You're going to go read one article and that's it. That's the basis of all your emotions.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
That's the basis of all your takes, of all your emotions. And I'm not trying to play expert here or nothing. I know nothing, but one thing I do know is that there's so much bullshit being written, and we're just gobbling that shit up like a Bella Margarita. It's not. It's toxic. It's poison. And it's probably part of when Maradona said Napoli contro tutti. And sometimes tutti is your own fan base. And I just, like, I've had enough. You know what I mean? Like, fine, you're entitled to your opinions, but sometimes your opinions suck. And I'm entitled to mine. And I think that, maybe we need to just chill out and enjoy it. Can I just enjoy a season? Can I enjoy one season without having somebody tell me that ADL is just going to sell this guy because he's a papone and we can't hold him because Napoli are not good enough? Daniel Bowen says this shit all the time, and he has a point. And I'm starting to hop on that train because I'm like,
no, you're right.
I can't enjoy it.
Listen, ADL can't do anything without ADL haters hating on ADL. You know what I mean? Even doing what he did this season, it's just, it's by nature. They don't have any faith in that. Oh, this guy's gonna, they all think he's out just to make his money. Guess what? It's a business, and last time I checked, businesses need to make money to survive, right? Okay, so unless someone comes to us for an offer for 110 million for Kvaratskhelia next season, he's not going anywhere right away. ADL does not buy players and sell them off after season 1. It's just not the way he does things. If that were the case, Cavani would have been gone after season 1. So would Higuain have been, and and Mertens would have been gone after that 26 game goal season. It's not happening. It's just not happening. Like I said, unless they come out with this ridiculous offer that you can't refuse. Ralph, you and I spoke about this in private. There's a possibility that we see Osimhen get sold next season after 3 years of service, and his worth might have gone up at the end of the season. Why not? It's just the way it is. There's a 3-year cycle when it comes to these big time strikers. And that's where that's where ADL that's the kind of business he does normally, right? But at the same time, ADL always makes sure that the team is taken care of at the end of the day. Nothing he does is just to make money. It's also to help us out. Now, people will talk about all the kits he comes out with, and he should be doing this instead. He should be putting more people at the turnstiles to hand tickets out for the Ajax match instead of come out with new kits. Blah 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 blah. You know, I understand all that stuff, and sometimes it gets frustrating, the things that he does. But at the same time, we're still competing in the one of the top 5 leagues in the whole world. So,
But
guys
Ralph,
got to
even on
back
the
off a
thing,
little bit.
but I don't get it. It's like no matter what we do, it's never good enough. Sometimes, right?
It's never good enough.
How many people said, "All right, ADL hit a ceiling," and you know what? I actually agreed with that. I agreed that at some point ADL hit a ceiling. Now look, Coca-Cola, Amazon, soon Apple,
Possibly
Konami,
Apple, right?
All right, like. And then I hear, I forgot who, I'm not sure if it was in a Discord or not. I apologize. But I heard the statement, ADL needs to stop with the sponsors and start taking out his own money. What kind of shit statement is that? What kind of statement is, hello? Have you ever looked like, I don't know, go like a hockey game or something, and you look at the boards and there's all these sponsors. Tell me what team does not have sponsorships behind them funding everything they need to do. What is this? ADL needs to take his money. What is that? I mean, maybe some of it, yeah.
Can I say something for all those business whizzes out there? Once you start putting your own money into the business, that's a sign that you can't sustain running the business alone. Okay? That means you got to put your own. Like if I were to go ahead, I'm short on rent this month. I'm going to go put $500 into the business account of my own money that I've earned through the business. Why would I do that if I don't have to? Like if I had to, if we were a team that needs it to support us, fine, I get it. But I don't have to. What's the point? What's the point in putting in your own money? Like I'll never forget, Ralph. I'll never forget this, okay? I'm going to go back to the wrestling world in WWE.
Yeah.
Back in 1995, 94, 95, right? I'm a real good wrestling historian. Vince McMahon had to put his own money into the business for it to survive. The business was struggling as a whole. Here comes WCW. Hulk Hogan went there. Macho Man Randy Savage went there. All the big guys from the big names from the WWF, the big stars. Then you had Hall and Nash go there. They formed the NWO. And Vince McMahon was really struggling. He had to put in a couple $1 million of his own money from his account into the bank account for the WWF at the time, WWE, to survive. They end up surviving, but guess how they did? Guess how? Stone Cold Steve Austin emerged, and with that came tons and tons of, wait for it, sponsors. They had sponsors out the ass. Next thing you know, they're putting WCW out of business. They put their business public in the publicly traded on the Dow Jones or whatever.
Right.
And now look at them. They have their own freaking network, $10 a month. They sold it to Peacock. Before that, it was $10 a month. They had millions of subscriptions. They didn't have to do anything else. Boom, sponsors here, sponsors there.
Yeah.
All this merchandising and stuff like that. And Vince McMahon never had to put another single personal dime into this account. Okay, Napoli are not that club. I can guarantee you, without going back to fact check, somebody might be able to fact check me. I don't know this for a fact, but there's probably a time where ADL had to put his own money into this club to let it run until he got back to Serie B and all that stuff. Yeah, it was when he bought it for 30 mil. You know what I'm saying? And then had to kind of like use his own money to sort of like build the foundation of the squad. And then, here comes Lete, here comes MSC, here comes Kimbo, here comes, this guy. I think Volkswagen was a sponsor at one point. He had Pepsi at one point. You get these, not that Pepsi's small, but you get these smaller local, notice how the local ones are still there, but you've got now big names coming in. And dude, come on, what's the point in having to put your own money in for what? Why? Why? If I
That
don't
means
have to,
you're failing.
what are we? What are we? What are we? Ascoli? What are we? Fucking Ternana? What are we? San Benedettese? Come on, man. This bullshit. Come
Right.
on.
And guess what?
Crap.
Listen, and part of the all right, maybe some people, the kits and all these kits, don't buy them. Don't buy the kit. I don't buy all the kits.
But bro, a lot of people don't buy them. They buy them from DHK or some bullshit.
Yeah, right, exactly. You're buying the $35 kit.
I buy them from DHK Gate for my kids because they wear them. They want to play soccer in them. They want to wear them to sleep. I'm not spending $125 for them to wear them during sports and have sleep. No, but I'm going to buy the official kits myself so that I can represent with them. You know what I'm saying? So I do a fair share of buying the official kits and buying the DHK kits. If you don't want these special edition kits, if you don't agree with them, don't F them like Ralph said. Don't buy them. Don't buy them. But then don't complain when, the kit sales didn't do well. It's like saying go vote for president of the United States. No, I'm just saying. It's like saying go vote for president of the United States, and then someone going, "Oh, well, my vote doesn't really count because there's only one person." It does count. People are going to tell you, "No, you know what? Your vote does count." Well, you're buying a jersey does count. You know what I mean?
But either way,
because if you're not buying a jersey,
Rafa, you're breaking up.
That's sitting there.
You kind of broke up on
saying to buy. Of course. Am I there? I'm still here. I can see you.
You're here. You were just breaking up a little bit. So I don't know if your point got. I don't know if your point got completely across, but I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. You got to contribute. You know what I mean? Like support your team. You know what? Put money into it. Buy a jersey. Buy some type. Go on Amazon. Buy a T-shirt. Buy a hat. Don't tell and don't give me that damn excuse that the money goes into ADL's pocket. I don't want to hear it. Some of it might go into his pocket, but not all of it. Some of it goes into the team.
Dude,
look what he did.
Business. He's got to feed his family too. It's not like, it's not like he has a job outside of this. You know what I mean? This is his life.
I mean,
you got to give yourself a salary.
But still, as far as the players go, like one can say that our biggest assets are the players. Let's keep it real. I mean, somebody was talking about I'll just read it out. Angelo Solimine. The largest problem in Italy is the stadium infrastructure. It's garbage, and the cities are always blocking teams from building their own stadiums and forced to fix old, broken down stadiums. I mean, that's even a small part of it. It's like, how do we grow if the country and the league doesn't grow as well? Like, I think, ADL has not been perfect, but I think he's done enough to get the team to the next level. We need more contribution from the league that they're in, from the country that we're in, and from the fans to go to the next level. I think he's doing all he can. And, to say that, nobody knew Cavada. Nobody cared about this guy. Everybody said that he still has to prove it. He's from Georgia. He's never played in the big leagues. Now, all of a sudden, we can't keep him. I mean, the back and forth, the polarizing emotions, it's just like, some of it I get because we're not bleed on. We're so used to it. But some of it, it's like, bro, we're walking contradictions, man. Like, what is it? What is it? Like, either put hope into the team and you don't think that you think like ADL is just going to be like, yeah, all right, go ahead. Give me a couple mil. I'm good. Hell no. He doesn't play that game. If you're going to use us to farm, you are going to spend top dollar. He will take the largest amount physically possible from you.
Or he's not going to sell.
Or he's not going to sell. All right. There's a reason. Look, he's already starting with the contracts. You've seen him with Moret. You saw with Zambo, I think. You're going to see more and more of that. Watch. He's going to start little by little, giving increases to these players. He's going to keep a little longer. He's going to change their trend. He's been doing it for years, man. I'm not making this shit up. I'm not a financial expert. Yeah. I just read what I see. And he's been doing that. So if Cavada is to go next season, believe me, we are gonna get a bank of
Top
money. And
dollar.
you know what?
Top dollar.
We're just gonna do it all over again. Rinse and
Yep.
repeat. We'll get another guy to do the same shit. Tell me. We've had a pretty good time on that left wing, man. We've had some pretty decent quality there for a long time.
Mhm.
We've always had a decent striker out there for the most part.
Scored a
Not
nice
all
goal
those moves are
on
great,
Saturday.
but lately,
Mhm.
come on. Kim, where's Kim? Kim wanted to be, and this is the thing. I was talking to you can ask Quinton. We were talking a lot about him. These guys, Raspadori, Simeone, Kim, maybe Cavada,
Kvara, yeah.
wanted
yeah.
to be on Napoli.
He did. He turned down a lot of offers. Actually, one of the things Ajax was telling me was that Ajax was one of the destinations that he could possibly have gone to. It was Ajax, Juve, and us. He chose us. These guys do want to be here. Kim actually just said it not too long, a couple days ago, maybe. This is a great team. This is a grande squadra that he wants to be at. He loves it there. It's year one, but he loves it there so far. I mean, shoot. Well, and who's at the forefront of all this? It's ADL, and who else? Who else?
Our
Right?
boy,
The
the
good
good
Cristiano.
Cristiano. The good Cristiano. I mean, shit, beast of the market for sure.
Oh,
And this is it. It was funny. I was doing a little research, Rafa, and I ran into an article that Joe Fischetti wrote like 2 years ago about this guy and what he did for timeout. What he did for Carpi and his having them be promoted in Serie B and all that. It's like we always. I just think that. Again, God, and I hate just always shitting on media, but it's their fault. We go back and, you harp on these big names. Remember when Fabian Ruiz, he's the best. Where is he now? Mm-hmm. He's riding the bench in PSG. What has he done? What has he done for a team? Be honest. Besides what? A few goals, a few late bangers, a nice lovely kick. Who gives a shit? Overrated. And guess who did it? The media. ESPN doesn't even talk. They didn't talk about Koulibaly until he went to Chelsea. All of a sudden, he's a superstar knocking Mbappe. ESPN talked about our kits while they're talking about Milan and Roma. Mm-hmm. They don't talk about our performances. All of a sudden, we see Cavada and Kim's name out there. Why? Why, Rafa? What do you think?
Stop me. Go ahead.
You stop me. Because they know this has nothing to do with performance. This has nothing to do with Napoli. It has nothing to do with anything. This is just two names that are hit because they know, number one, the Georgia. I mean, come on. Who else really is a top name coming out of Georgia right now? This is a whole new fan base, and they're trying to get those numbers as much as possible. Mm-hmm. And then you got our Kim, the Korean monster, huge market in Asia. And they want to harp on that too. And then Frank Anguissa from Cameroon, nada, zip, zilch, niente. Beast on the team, bro. What are you watching? Guys?
Lobotka too. Not much from him. No one's talking about him.
Nobody's talking about him.
Nope.
No, all of a sudden these buzz names come up. And everybody wants to buy them all of a sudden. They were worthless before, right? Unproven. And then they come to Napoli. We take risks. We take chances. And look, we win all the time when it comes down to that.
And speaking of the media, Ralph, big time. What's a reverse shout out? Big time thumbs down to the people that leaked that there are now problems between Giuntoli and ADL. What kind of problems are there between that he wants to leave for Juve or he wants to leave for a bigger club?
Because his contract is expiring and they had to start drama on that.
Okay, like you're gonna tell me
in 2024, by the way.
First of
2
all,
years.
In my opinion, it's just another way to get negative press out there about the club. You can't really find an area on the pitch to go and hit off at because everybody's happy and playing well and the morale is high. So let's go where at the foundation, right at the man that made it all happen, Giuntoli. Oh, now Giuntoli and ADL have problems. Let me tell a guy got rid of Ospina, Koulibaly. Okay, let's Ospina, playing in the sand. Koulibaly sitting on the bench, Insigne playing up in Canada, you know, Fabian riding the bench at PSG, and Mertens, at Fenerbahce or Galatasaray,
Mhm.
playing every game, but not really making that much of an impact. Those five guys are gone. Everybody was so mad. You got Kim, player of the month September. You got Kvara, player of the month August. You got Ostigard, who came in and beasted it up. You got Oliveira, who's coming in off the left and finally giving Mario Ruiz some help. You got Simeone and Raspadori, who came in and made our depth stronger than ever. You got Ndombele, who used to be a Champions League player of the season, Champions League, all Champions League 11 a couple seasons back, who now has refound his form that he lost to Tottenham. And all of it had to do with who? Cristiano Giuntoli and ADL. Now they want to cause a rift in this whole relationship by claiming that there's bad blood between the two now.
Yeah.
Trouble in paradise. Give me a fucking break, man. How can you possibly, if you're ADL, be upset with Cristiano Giuntoli after the job that he and his staff has done? Tell me how that's even possible. For me, it's the media just kind of finding another way to give it right to Napoli. You know what I mean? Unbelievable.
It is. It's unreal. It's upsetting. It's destabilizing, and honestly, it's a dirty move to get clicks, because that's where the money's at. It's in the click. So they got to trigger your emotions, and then you're gonna go online. You're gonna go into your chats. You're gonna go wherever it is, Napoli fans, and then you're just gonna take a big shit all over the place based off what some shithead journalist said. I read today that Juve is gonna buy Giuntoli. It's funny, Mr. Team, all these trophies, 9 in a row, yada yada yada. But yet you still sweat our style. You get it's like what Nas said, right? You bit on my dick. You love my style. Like, let's keep it real. We're not good enough for elite. We're not good enough for anything. But you want all our shit. You got Malik now, didn't you? You took Higuain from us. Mm-hmm. Now you want Giuntoli. Juve, what I think you should do is take some notes of how to run a better team, because Collini, your captain yourself, said you're not a squad right now. You went to shit. You sold out. You try to be by PSG, Juve, trying to buy all these old names so you can win a Champions League. Nothing happened. After Buffon left, you were done. Your team was done. Bro, you need a whole reset. You're 10 points behind, or 7, 8 points behind us. All right.
Oh, yeah.
Your own team is calling you not a team. Okay,
bro.
You fucked up.
Imagine the scenes in Turin when they buy Cristiano Giuntoli and then they win the Champions League with that Cristiano. They must have bought the wrong Cristiano a few years back.
They did buy the wrong Cristiano. the wrong Cristiano. Yeah. And look at him now. Look at him now. Injured. Pogba. You should have never left him. Now you're going to take him back? They needed, listen, Juve needed to restart just like everybody else did. Inter are shit trouble right now.
Oh yeah,
it's no surprise that Milan and Napoli right now are quote unquote favorites and quote unquote what the ideal situation right now, man. A reset was needed. It was clear. This old way of doing things is not sustainable. It might work for some teams, it might work, but it's not sustainable as a whole. And I think the model that we're taking is a better one, and giving an opportunity to maybe some unproven young talent, I think, is the better way to go, man. Because, like, what makes you
look at Atalanta and Udinese.
Right
look at Atalanta and Udinese, man. Atalanta last season finished 8th in the league. They finished outside of Europe. Nobody had them anywhere near the top of the table. They were done scoring goals. They were giving up too many goals. And now all they do is play defense. They're winning 1-0s. Like, this is incredible what Atalanta's doing with guys like Lookman and, who else? Not Malinowski, the other guy. Gosh, what's this guy's name, man? Koopmeiners, Lookman, Hoijland, just guys that just Scalvini, guys that are just hungry players. Look at Udinese. Look at at that team, man. Look at that team. They're 19 points, one behind us. That's the way to go. Juve's model of, let's get Pogba back. Let's get Di Maria. He's good. He's a name, Let's get Vlahovic. He scores a lot of goals. Like, it's not team building. This is a team building league now, man. Look at the top four. Napoli, Atalanta, Udinese, Lazio. Look at that team. Look at that. And Milan right behind them. All in all, teams. Inter wants to go back and get, what's his name? Back. Not Dutch, Belgian. Striker, left for Chelsea. God, what's his name? Why do I keep blanking on names, man?
Hazard? No.
They're striker. What's their striker's name? Lukaku. We won the Scudetto with Lukaku. We got to get him back. Like, it's gonna work. He hasn't played in a month and a half. You know what I mean? Look at his team is not Simone Inzaghi, good coach at Lazio, doesn't work at Inter. It's not working. These just. Oh man, Juve. Let's go get Allegri back because that's gonna work out. Yeah, all right. I don't know, man. It just it pisses me off. But then those teams can never do wrong in the eyes of the media. Those teams can never do wrong in the eyes of the media. And here we are, we're the butt of jokes, man. Still, and it's fucked up, man.
Here's the deal. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna put on some closing music because we gotta get out of here.
Go. Yeah, we do.
Listen, guys. Support your small content creator. We're out there. You know who we are. Everybody in here knows the list of content creators out there because this is the deal. We don't have sponsors. We pay to be here. This is full love, passion. And we show respect, not just to Napoli, but to every team. Honestly, we try to give credit where it's due. We might banter, but at the end of the day, we hope for good soccer. We hope for good football coming out of Italy. The deal is that Dante, we did talk about it. Catch us on the replay, rewind a little bit. And Rafa was on another show as well.
Yeah, We Talk Ajax. Check it out. We Talk Ajax.
But here's the deal, guys. They need to justify huge budgets. And the only way to do that is by selling commercials. And the only way to sell commercial and get top price is to get hits. Unfortunately, these companies, they can't transition into something new. They have to basically go with the old way. The Milans, the Juves, the Inters. Not to take anything away from the success of those teams in the past, but the problem is that these networks are having a hard time really talking about anything else. They're too scared to take the risk and to build and to try to talk, include more into it. I was watching the Napoli game, and our post-game report was talking about the anchor's favorite pastas. That doesn't work for me. I don't pay monthly fees not only to watch games. I want to hear from the experts what they think about our team. Okay? But we can't get that because you need to talk about the same three teams all the time. And it's really, really frustrating. And I have a tremendous amount of respect for the crew out there. But to be honest, I'm getting sick of it. I'm really getting sick of watching you guys. I mean, thanks for the games. I'll watch that. I'll tune in. I'll pay the super low fee. It's not a lot of money. I'll get Champions, Europa, and Serie A. But I'm really getting sick of this lack of coverage. And pre-game, post-game, mid-game, we got to talk about the game that's going to happen in 3 hours and not about the game that's happening now. Talk about our team.
And we're first in the league.
What's going on? We're first in the league. Show some fucking respect, man. We are another team. This is the South. Oh, you want to do more. Oh, you want to promote. We'll promote it. Because the real answer is you're too scared because you got all these bills to pay. And Napoli, tune in. And you got to tune in. If you're not going to tune into them, tune into us. Share the show. Like the show. And we'll do it for them. We'll take over.
Right.
We'll get sponsors. Because we pay to be here. So
we do. We pay
support,
more ways than one, man.
Show support, guys. Share it. Don't share some stupid ass comments so that guy can go viral. Share our shit so we can go viral, so we can continue to come here and support you and to give you guys some entertainment. You think my show sucks? Tell us. Tell us the show sucks. You think it's good? Say it's good. I don't care. You want to see something? Tell me what you want to see. You don't want to see something anymore? Tell me that too. Give me some feedback. Because I'm done hearing about the complaints about the Romanista, the Juventini, Interista, twerking for this, twerking for that. Share our shit. Share Joe's shit. Share Napoli Talk. Share Far From Vesuvius, Henry Bell, Miguel. Share those. Share those. Because when you do, we get bigger. And as we get bigger, we'll get our respect, bro. This is work that we need to put in. This is all work. And it comes from everybody. Everybody has to be involved. They need to hear us. We need to give them the ratings. They need to know that we're here, or else they won't talk about us. They don't care. No network cares about your team. Nobody cares about Napoli more than a Napolitan. So it's up to us. It's our responsibility. You want to be a big team, we need to be a big fanship. All right? We need to be big tifosis, and that's how we'll be a big team, guys. That's my rant. Thank you. I'm out.
I like it. God, Ralph, I've been trying to get Tri-State Napoli Club on CBS Sports all season long, and it just feels like it's falling on deaf ears. And I'm so upset by it. And what you said today makes a lot of sense. And I really, thankfully enough, I didn't get to see the post match for the Napoli game because I was busy. So it just really upsets me a lot. And like you said, I respect the talent people that are doing what they're doing. It's not 100% their fault or their, direction that they're taking. They're listening to people from the back, and I just really want everybody to understand that we're here and we're going to stay. We're staying, man. We're staying. We're
not going anywhere.
We're a relevant team. We're a relevant group. We're a relevant club. And you're going to see at the end of the season where we're at. That's all I'm going to say. You're going to see we're the best team in the Champions League, and we're the best team in Serie A right now. And we should be getting a lot more love. We should be getting a lot more love.
Buy low, guys. Buy now. Buy now while it's cheap, bro.
Buy now.
Buy now. This is it. We're getting up there, man. We're getting there. And we'll get that coveted Scudetto, man. It's ADL
coming.
Has to validate everything with a trophy, man. ADL, if you're ever listening to this, you got to validate this club.
I'm telling you right now.
I'm
telling you right now. Once that happens, nobody could say a damn word about him. Nobody.
Whew. Guys, thank you.
Ralph.
Tomorrow on the Discord, if anybody wants to come through, man. Yo, it is so much fun. A lot of people pop in, especially
really
once Europe. Don comes in, South from Jersey. People all over the world are just hopping in and joining. So come by. If you don't have access to the game, hit me up. We'll take care of it. But
we got you.
Until then.
Forza Napoli sempre! Salutate la capolista!
We'll see you guys. All right, hang in there. Ciao. Until next time. Ciao, guys.
Ciao.